Have you ever felt like you're seeing the world through a completely different lens than everyone else? Like you're tuned into a frequency that others just can't pick up? If so, you might be part of the rarest personality type on Earth. Stay tuned, because we're about to uncover 9 unmistakable signs that you're an INFJ, hidden in plain sight. Now, let's talk about INFJs. Making up less than 2% of the population, INFJs are often described as old souls, empaths, or even psychics. But what really sets them apart? Over the next few minutes, we'll explore 9 telltale signs that you might be an INFJ. Even if you're not one yourself, understanding these traits can help you recognize and appreciate the INFJs in your life. So, whether you're questioning your own personality type or just curious about these rare individuals, stick around. You're about to gain some serious insights. Before we start, please hit the like button, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss any of our weekly deep dives into the world of personality types. And if you are unsure if you are an INFJ, click the link in the comments to take our favorite free personality test. Now, let's dive into our first sign. Sign number 1, the intuitive empath. If you're an INFJ, you probably have an uncanny ability to read people. It's like you have a sixth sense for emotions and motivations. You can walk into a room and immediately pick up on the underlying tensions, unspoken alliances, and hidden feelings. This isn't just general empathy. It's like you have X-ray vision for the soul. You might find yourself knowing things about people that they haven't even told you. Maybe you've sensed a friend was going through a tough time before they said a word. Or you've accurately predicted how a situation would unfold based on the personalities involved. This gift can be both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, it allows you to connect deeply with others and offer genuine support. On the other, it can be overwhelming to absorb the emotions of those around you constantly. If you're nodding along thinking, "That's totally me," then you might just be an INFJ. But let's move on to our second sign to be sure. Sign number 2, the depth seeker. Small talk? No thanks. If you're an INFJ, you probably find surface-level conversations painfully boring. You're not interested in discussing the weather or last night's game, unless it's a gateway to a deeper conversation about climate change or the psychology of team dynamics. INFJs crave meaningful interactions. You want to know what makes people tick, what they're passionate about, what keeps them up at night. You're more likely to ask, "What's your biggest fear?" than "How was your weekend?" This preference for depth can sometimes make social situations challenging. You might feel out of place at parties or networking events where small talk is the norm. But when you do find someone willing to dive deep, those conversations can be incredibly fulfilling. Sign number 3, the selective socializer. Speaking of social situations, let's talk about your friend circle. If you're an INFJ, it's probably pretty small. You likely have just a handful of close friends rather than a large group of acquaintances. This isn't because you're antisocial, far from it. It's because you value quality over quantity when it comes to relationships. You're incredibly loyal and dedicated to your true friends, and you expect the same in return. Your intuition helps you quickly discern who's genuinely on your wavelength and who's not. And if someone betrays your trust or shows themselves to be insincere, you have no problem cutting ties, even if it's painful. This selectiveness can sometimes make you seem aloof or hard to get to know. But for those lucky few who make it into your inner circle, they've found a friend for life. Sign number 4, the paradoxical planner. Here's where things get a bit contradictory. INFJs are often future-oriented thinkers with big plans and lofty goals. You probably spend a lot of time thinking about the future, imagining different scenarios, and planning how to achieve your dreams. But here's the catch. You might also be a master procrastinator. Why? Because your perfectionism can be paralyzing. You have such high standards for yourself that sometimes it feels easier not to start at all than to risk falling short. You might find yourself stuck in a cycle of planning and replanning without taking action. The key is to remember that done is better than perfect. Try breaking your big goals into smaller, manageable steps. And remember, it's okay to adjust your plans as you go along. Sign number 5, the magnetic confidant. Have you ever had a stranger start pouring their heart out to you within minutes of meeting? If you're an INFJ, this probably happens to you a lot. There's something about INFJs that makes people feel safe and understood. You exude a natural warmth that puts others at ease. Combined with your empathetic nature and your love for deep conversations, this makes you a magnet for confessions and confidences. While this can lead to some fascinating interactions and deep connections, it can also be draining. Remember, it's okay to set boundaries and protect your own emotional energy. Sign number 6, the intuitive problem solver. INFJs often describe having hunches or just knowing things without being able to explain why. Your intuition is incredibly strong, and you often make intuitive leaps that leave others scratching their heads. You might find solutions to problems seemingly out of nowhere, or have sudden insights into situations that others find baffling. The challenge is that you often can't explain your thought process to others, which can be frustrating for both you and them. Learn to trust your intuition, but also work on developing the language to explain your insights to others. This can help you leverage your natural problem-solving abilities more effectively in your personal and professional life. Sign number 7, the compassionate reformer. If you're an INFJ, you probably have a strong desire to make the world a better place. You're drawn to causes and people that need help, and you're willing to put in the work to create positive change. Compassion is one of your greatest strengths, but if you're not careful, it can also lead to burnout. You might find yourself taking on other people's problems as your own, or feeling overwhelmed by the amount of suffering in the world. Remember the broken wing theory, the idea that you can't help everyone, and not everyone wants to be helped. It's important to balance your desire to help others with self-care and boundaries. Sign number 8, the creative visionary. INFJs often have rich inner worlds and vivid imaginations. You might be drawn to creative pursuits like writing, art, or music as a way to express your complex inner landscape. Your creativity isn't just about self-expression, though. It's also a powerful tool for problem-solving and envisioning better futures. You have the ability to see possibilities that others miss and to imagine innovative solutions to complex problems. This visionary quality, combined with your drive to make a positive impact, can make you a powerful force for change in whatever field you choose to apply yourself to. Sign number 9, the harmony seeker. Last but not least, if you're an INFJ, you probably have a strong desire for harmony in your environment and relationships. You're sensitive to conflict and discord, and you'll often go out of your way to smooth things over or find compromises. This desire for harmony extends to your inner world as well. You strive for consistency between your values and actions, and you can become deeply uncomfortable if you feel you're not living up to your ideals. While this trait can make you a great mediator and peacemaker, it's important to remember that some conflict is natural and even necessary for growth. Learning to navigate conflict in a healthy way is an important skill for INFJs to develop. So there you have it, 9 unmistakable signs that you might be an INFJ. How many of these resonated with you? Remember, even if you identify with all of these traits, it doesn't necessarily mean you're an INFJ. Personality is complex, and no one fits perfectly into any one type. Whether you're an INFJ or not, understanding these traits can help you appreciate the unique perspectives and strengths of this rare personality type. If you are an INFJ, I hope this video has helped you understand yourself a little better and appreciate your unique gifts. Remember, your sensitivity, intuition, and depth are not weaknesses. They're superpowers. Embrace them, nurture them, and use them to make your mark on the world. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into personality and self-discovery. Share your experiences in the comments. Are you an INFJ? Do you know one? Let's start a conversation. Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing, and remember, you're rare for a reason. Thanks for watching.